Good morning, Atlanta. Today on Play to Win, who's Georgia's biggest threat to the national title? Stetson Bennett for the Heisman? And are we preparing for a Kyle Pitts coming out party? It's all up next on the fastest 30 minutes in television, football's Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by your Georgia Drive Chevy dealers, Chevrolet, Find New Roads, Bojangles, and Reliable Heating and Air. Welcome to football's Play to Win with Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Falcons All-Pro offensive tackle Bob Whitfield, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Edge Schechter, college and SEC football expert Chris Marler, Falcons All-Pro wide receiver Terrence Mathis, and your host, Nikki Williams. Today's hometown team report is being brought to you by Montlick Injury Attorneys. Our attorneys know what it takes to win.
Our hometown team report is brought to you by Montlick Injury Attorneys. We are not in South Beach, but man, we wish we were. The Atlanta Falcons headed to Miami, South Beach. And I know you guys probably all have a favorite city to play in. Bob, would South Beach be yours?
Look, I think the last time us three amigos was together, South Beach started all good, but it didn't end that good. So, it's a great place to play when you get a win. But with all these amazing teams with the new alignment and all that, we used to take those road trips way out west to San Francisco and to the LA Rams. So I remember those days of nostalgia playing in LA. It's a new LA roster of teams, but I think the Miami Dolphins versus the Atlanta Falcons, that trip is still a pretty good trip.
Terrence, what was your favorite city to play in?
I would have to say San Diego. See, because back in the day, I played in the old WAC conference, college football, and we used to go to San Diego. From being from the East, never being West, I used to love going to California. So every time we get on the plane and go to California, it was a good trip for me.
California for you. What about you, Chuck?
Nikki, I got to say New Orleans, because we would go down to New Orleans and play them. And when I was with the Falcons, we had a lot of success. Yeah, right. We had a lot of success versus the New Orleans Saints. And little interesting side note, we would beat the Saints. Me and Bob would catch a flight on Mondays, and then we would go down there and hang out with like our partners, Willie Rope, and kind of celebrate. So we would beat them in Atlanta. Then we'd fly to New Orleans. And then when we beat them in New Orleans and went back to Atlanta, we'd always fly to New Orleans. So I love going to New Orleans and hanging out on Bourbon Street.
You just knocked my socks off with that one. What do you think it takes for the Falcons to get a win in Miami, Chuck?
Well, first and foremost, they got to protect Matt Ryan. They've done a fantastic job running the ball, get Cordell Patterson in the game. But I think the number one key is smother them on defense. They got to make sure Tua Tagovailoa doesn't get any confidence, because this team right now, Miami is beat down. They're looking to trade for Deshaun Watson. Shut them down, swarm them, don't give them any life.
Terrence, I know you're going to give us a lot on the Falcons coming up in a bit, but just a quick thought on what the Falcons need to do to get that win in Miami.
They need to start fast on both sides of the football. Coming off this bye week, you can't come into this game sleepwalking. So you have to start fast. Up-tempo offense, and like Chuck said, a smothering, maybe a zone blitz defense to confuse Tua. If you get a chance to confuse Tua, now this is a team that's giving up 3 sacks per game. So here's a chance. If I'm a defensive lineman or a defensive end, I'm licking my chops right now.
And fresh off that bye, really quick, let's take a look at the AP Top 10 poll. We are headed into Week 9 here. Who do we think makes the 4-team playoff?
Nikki, I'll tell you what intrigues me is the 1 and 2. Georgia number 1 and Cincinnati number 2. And what makes it really interesting, both of these teams played each other last year in the Sugar Bowl. Cincinnati gave Georgia all they can handle. And what stood out? They were building a defense. Georgia's the number 1 defense. Watch out for Cincinnati, because this is a great defense. To me, they're 1 and 2. I mean, those are the ones that intrigue me the most in that Final Four.
Yeah, but don't leave Michigan out. With Jim Harbaugh finally have a little team, and one of our old teammates, Chris Hinton, has a namesake on D-line, playing pretty well for that front that Jim Harbaugh has. Languishing Michigan at number 6, but they can move up. Look for them too. Move up.
Move up, guys. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk about Coach Orgeron. What kind of legacy is he leaving behind as they close the door at LSU? It's all coming up next on Football's Play to Win.
I've been swimming as long as I can remember. I was chasing my dream to make the Olympics in 2020, and then just the absolute worst thing happened. I was hit by a car. I originally went to a different attorney. They turned me down, so that was when I turned to Malik & Associates. They helped me set myself up for a financial future that will overcome the loss of what happened. They made a case for me when someone else said I didn't have one. If someone were in an accident, I would highly recommend Malik & Associates.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial Plus. No monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups and get $1,500 cash allowance. Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
This is it. Oh, this is it. Down South Style Barbecue.
This is it. Barbecue and Seafood brings back its best value. 2 for $32. 1 for Saturday and 1 for Sunday. 2 dinners, 2 desserts, 2 drinks, all for just $32.
Now order online at thisisitbbq.com.
Opening soon, Union City. It's still the Rib Tips.
Just outside of a town called Basic is Basic Lake, where families gather together for some basic fun. And if you have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with 5 drive modes, you can climb above Basic and find a trail where no one else goes. The 2021 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Get a low $219 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
Today's SEC and ACC report is being brought to you by your Southeastern Nissan dealer.
Welcome back. Our SEC ACC report is brought to you by Greater Atlanta Nissan. Chris Marler here to break down what's going on with Coach O over at LSU. I personally was shocked. He won the game and then he was out. So I guess there was a lot of moving parts going on behind the scenes. What are your thoughts on that, Chris?
Well, I mean, first off, if you're Todd Grantham, if you don't send him the biggest bouquet of flowers or bourbon or whatever he eats, which is probably nails and like etouffee, I guess, send him all that stuff, because Todd Grantham should have been the one fired after this game. Coach O, what a fun up and down 3 years. You accomplished so much and then you derailed it so quickly, which sounds like most of my college years. So, yeah, I mean, an incredible run in 2019, maybe the best team of all time, certainly the best offensive team in college football history, which you would think it would take a lot to undo all that. It doesn't in the SEC, apparently. So, Coach O leaving, it'll be interesting to see who they get, because with all the off-field troubles they've had, if that's the issue you have for firing him and your first choice is Lane Kiffin, maybe we flesh that out a little bit, guys.
Bob, what do you think about the legacy that Coach O is leaving behind?
Well, they got that tiger that lives in that little den right outside the stadium. So maybe he did enough with the national championship that they can put him a little statue next to that tiger they keep running around in there. But I think what you had was LSU had its moment in the sun. It was a premier program. It brought us Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's lighting up in fantasy football. So if that's all it is, thank you, Coach O, for Joe Burrow, because I got my fantasy team going righteously.
And speaking of coaches that are on their way out, head coach at Washington State, Nick Rolovich, out for not taking the COVID vaccine. Do you have any thoughts on that, Chuck?
Yeah, I do, Nikki. And I think it sets a precedent for coaches to understand that you're not bigger than the program. And in this case, he's not bigger than the state. It's a mandate for all the employees in the state to have to get vaccinated. And to me, if you got a commitment to those players, you got players getting vaccinated and you won't go get vaccinated. So to me, it sends a message. And this is the last thing I'm going to say. And me and Chris talk about this, the Bama stuff. And a lot of people say, Chuck, did you go to Bama? Because you always show them love. No, I give credit where credit's due. Nick Saban got vaccinated. He openly asked for people to get vaccinated. Kirby Smart has gotten vaccinated and has talked about he wants his guys to get vaccinated. So, when the SEC says it just means more, to me, it seems like it just means more for the coaches here about their players and their programs.
All right, guys. Well, let's send it now over to our college football showdown.
Today's Showdown of the Week is being brought to you by AT&T. More for your thing, that's our thing.
Chuck, your favorite Tennessee at Alabama. How near and dear to your heart is this game?
Oh, it's big because look, this is a tradition. Tennessee, when I played at Tennessee, we'd always play Alabama. We marked it on our calendar, even though I was 0-2. So I never got the feeling of seeing what it was like to beat them. But this is a huge game for Tennessee. And my thing is this, Tennessee, they showed well last week against Ole Miss, but this is a different animal. Tennessee needs to come out and show life, show that they can compete because, we're still in the recruiting war with a lot of teams, not necessarily Bama and Georgia, but, the Ole Misses, the Kentuckys. You come out and play good against Bama and maybe pull an upset. But the point being, they need to show well and come out. But this is huge. I've been a part of it. This is a crazy rivalry. And hopefully this week, Chris, we'll get to smoke the cigars and pull out one of the biggest upsets in college history.
Cigars or mustard?
I'm going to build you up before I break you down here, Chuck, because I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think, okay? I really do. And Hendon Hooker's been a fantastic quarterback, but I brought you two things to celebrate this game. One, a picture of me the last time Tennessee beat Alabama, and two, a bottle of mustard. Just in case you get mad, in case Bama puts up 40 or something like that in the first half, you want to throw something on the field, it's all for you, dude. I got you.
All right, more weird stuff next with Chris, guys. It's Stetson Bennett up for the Heisman. We'll talk about it next on Play to Win.
Hi, honey. Oh, I missed you.
You just want to video call the kids.
Okay. Hush, little baby.
Don't say a word. But if slow upload speeds turn your good night call into an accidental horror movie,
Can you hear me?
shut it down. Just remember, you're not a bad mom. You just need better internet.
AT&T Fiber delivers faster upload speeds for more reliable video calls. Get AT&T Fiber, plan starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas. Call 1-877 only ATT.
Just outside of a town called Basic is Basic Lake, where families gather together for some basic fun. And if you have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with 5 drive modes, you can climb above Basic and find a trail where no one else goes. The 2021 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Get a low $219 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
We carry a lot in our trucks and use cutting-edge technology. Our experience is what makes us reliable. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
Get any size furnace for just $49.99 a month.
You just bought a new house. Now you've got to move. Nobody likes to move. That's why you call Atlanta Peach Movers. Your choice for the best move. No job is too big or too small, and you can be assured your belongings will get where they need to be on time and in one piece. Our in-house training facility ensures our team is ready to offer you unmatched service and a no-hassle moving experience. For the best value in the business, call Atlanta Peach Movers for a free quote today.
Today's University of Georgia Report is being brought to you by Beaver Toyota. We're here to wow you.
Welcome back. Our dog report is brought to you by Beaver Toyota. I got to ask, after another great performance, Stetson Bennett, a possibility for the Heisman. What do you think, Chris?
All right, I owe this kid an apology. Last year was pretty rough, okay? I'll be honest. I was not a big fan of Stetson Bennett IV, the best DUI lawyer in the state of Georgia. It turns out the kid's a pretty good quarterback. And I tell you what, he should be up for the Heisman. I think he already has odds. Should he be invited? Probably not. Jordan Davis should definitely be invited over him. But I'll tell you one thing that impressed me most about this kid is this. He was blamed by everyone, Georgia fans, me, for all of their struggles last year. He ends up leaving, or he ends up staying on in Athens, doesn't transfer out like we see so many quarterbacks do. He's relegated to 4th string, just sits there and just does what he's supposed to do every day. And now look at him. They need his help again, and he's shining in 2021. I love it.
Got to ask the Athens guy in the block here. Well, Bob, you're shaking your head no. Chuck, do you think it could be a thing?
Well, I think he should definitely be in consideration. He's the quarterback for the #1 team in the country. But let me just say this. To me, I think a lot of what people say about Stetson Bennett is because he wasn't high rated. He wasn't a 5-star. But let me just rewind here. Now think about this, Chris and Bob. If Stetson Bennett had been the quarterback against Clemson in the first game and had the kind of performance that JT Daniels had, they might have him at 4th string. So to me, they're holding him to a different level. You know what I'm saying, Chris? But what he's proven is he's making all the throws. He's making all the checks. He's he is bona fide one of the best quarterbacks right now in the country because he's managing the game, but he's more than a game manager. I'm watching him make throws to the tight end Bowers in the end zone. Those are fantastic plays. So, and then he's running with the ball. So give the guy some credit.
Yeah.
People, to me, they just hold him They just hold him hostage to literally because he's not high rated as a high school player.
I cannot hear you through Bob's eye rolls.
Yeah.
This is all I'm saying. I tried to tell them dudes last week about Stetson Bennett. Now Chuck is all on the bandwagon. So just pay attention. I've been saying it. How much does it take when a guy just does good for his team? He doesn't have the big name out there. He doesn't have the preseason list. He's just working hard for his team. He's going to get my vote. And I don't even get the vote for the Heisman, but Stetson Bennett for Heisman, he gets it for me. They can stop it right
real
now.
quick, just the last thing here. Chuck, you said he's making all the throws, he's making all the runs. You know what he's making more than anything that JT Daniels isn't? Is the start and actually playing in the games that he's – this kid's missed 21 of his last 29 games. 21 of his last 29 games. Stetson Bennett forever.
Well said. Well said.
So much passion there, guys, and we're not even done yet. Stick with us. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Atlanta Falcons. They're going to have some fun in South Beach. We'll weigh in next on Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by Montlick Injury Attorneys. Our attorneys know what it takes to win. AT&T and Beaver Toyota.
You want trucks? We got trucks. Linda Beaver here with an exciting announcement. Your pre-owned truck center is now open at Beaver Toyota. Seriously, whatever you want. Toyota, Ford, Chevrolet, Dodge, we got them all, and they're all on sale. There's never been a better time for you to get the truck and the price of your dreams. Oh, and for a limited time, the vehicles may be purchased with zero down and no payments for 3 months. Your pre-owned truck center is now open. Visit us at beavertoyotacoming.com. We're here to wow you.
The next generation of hair transplant procedures is here. X-Acto Pro is a revolutionary procedure that takes hair transplants to a completely new level. Hair Restoration Specialist of Atlanta is the only hair transplant clinic that offers this new hair technology. The next 10 clients during the month of October will also receive $1,000 off this new procedure and $2,000 in additional savings. We are the top choice in hair restoration, so call us today to book your procedure and let's get you back to the hair you deserve and love.
Goodbye. Random calls and offers. Hello, built-in spam blocker. Now I can soak up the sun in peace. Hello, Google Fi. A phone plan that can.
Every day, we roll out before sunrise. Our dedication is what makes us reliable. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
Get any size furnace for just $49.99 a month.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial Plus. No monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups and get $1,500 cash allowance. Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
Today's Atlanta Falcons report is being brought to you by your Georgia Drive Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Welcome back. Our Falcons report is brought to you by Georgia Drive Chevy. Welcome back, Terrence Mathis, to the show. The Falcons facing a very, very, very bleak, struggling Dolphins. Is this a game they should win?
Well, you know, I hope in that locker room they don't think that way because they're not there yet to look over teams to a next team. Here it is. This Miami Dolphins team is dangerous when Tua is on the field. He played well last week over crossing the pond, and they lost last second. He has some weapons there. Good running game. Good. You got some weapons on the perimeter. You can't go into this game, and as a coach, you can't prepare for this game as it's a winnable game. You got to go in there like it's a game of do or death for you.
Yeah, Terrence, you mentioned Tua because I think the Miami's offensive line, they struggle in pass protection, but because of Tua and his nimbleness in the pocket, he escapes a lot of those pressures. So even in his big performance last week in a losing effort, he throws for over 300 yards, but he doesn't get sacked. But there was a lot of pressure. So I think Dante Fowler can really attack that left tackle, Liam Eichenberg, and beat him with Chuck's favorite move, the cross chop, and really attack pressure. But you're going to need Grady to clean it up in the middle to get Tua on the ground.
And Chuck, do you think that we finally reached the moment where Kyle Pitts breaks out and becomes Matt Ryan's go-to guy?
Yeah, and I think he's well on his way. Listen, when I think of this kid, I think of exciting. I think of a playmaker. And what I saw when he got his first touchdown in the last Falcons game, I saw a guy who can go get the ball, who really can move. And the thing that people don't understand about him, he's big, but he runs a 4.3. I think Kyle Pitts is the future. I think a lot of this kid, and I think he's going to continue to show well, particularly coming up here in Miami.
Yeah, I love the way he played against the Jets. He played fast and he was decisive in his routes and he caught the ball well. That's the first time all season I've seen him come off the ball with some explosion and run routes with some speed and under control. Like Chuck said, the touchdown that he caught, the way he ran that route confused that linebacker because it got on him so quick. And then he stuck his foot in the ground and made that right turn, and he was wide open. If he continued just to play hard, he's going to progress, and we're going to see in year 2 or 3, he's one of the premier players in the NFL.
Well, I have a bottle of champagne ready to go, guys. When we come back, which NFC division leader will not be on top come January? Our experts weigh in next on Football's Play to Win.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial Plus. No monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups and get $1,500 cash allowance. Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
I drop off and pick up my kids from school, so I can't work early or late. And I need to make enough to make it worthwhile.
I can only work 2 days a week, and it can't interfere with my other job.
I can do full-time, just not daytime, and I need benefits. Good ones.
And you know, it'd be nice if you paid for my tuition, like all of it.
I was extremely happy with how Motlic handled my case. They were just incredible through and through. They made a case for me when someone else said I didn't have one, and that was huge. I was above and beyond thrilled because, I never had to pay for anything. I had a great settlement, so I'm very financially stable right now. If someone were in an accident, I would highly recommend Motlic & Associates.
Just outside of a town called Basic is Basic Lake, where families gather together for some basic fun. And if you have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with 5 drive modes, you can climb above Basic and find a trail where no one else goes. The 2021 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Get a low $219 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
Today's NFL Report is being brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air, servicing Atlanta's heating and air conditioning needs for over 40 years.
And we're back. Our NFL Report is brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Terrence, Arizona, Dallas, Tampa, Green Bay, they're all leading their divisions right now. Who do you think is going to be there come the season ends?
Dallas, Tampa Bay, and Green Bay. Arizona right now, they have a chance, but they in that division with the Rams and the 49ers. I'm counting the Seahawks out because Russell Wilson is hurt, but those other 2 teams, they're still in it. But Dallas, Tampa, and Green Bay will be there at the end.
What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, definitely. When you look at this new expanded playoffs going into a 17 playoffs, Dallas and what's going on in that division, and Terrence said it right, that NFC West division is very thick, but they probably going to get 2 teams into the playoffs, and then you're going to see who's going to be the next team. Falcons got a good opportunity to be that 7th team because they play some divisional opponents coming up. They just got to get through Miami.
Chuck, what you got in your crystal ball?
I'll just focus on one team, the Dallas Cowboys with Dak Prescott. I mean, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL. You got Tony Pollard, Ezekiel Elliott running the ball, and this defense being led by a rookie, Micah Parsons. They've been fantastic. I mean, I think the Cowboys, no matter what everyone else does in the NFC, I think the Cowboys could be head and shoulders over all of them.
And Terrence, quick thought on Cam Newton. He is now vaccinated and wanting to play in the NFL. You think he gets back in?
Shoot, I would have ran and got a shot too when I seen Russell Wilson go down. If he'd have been vaccinated, he might have been playing the other night and they might have had a chance. But hey, it is what it is. He did what he had to do to try to get back into the NFL, and just good luck to him.
All right, well, guys, stick with us. When we come back, it's time for Jeffrey the Edge Schechter's picks. You don't want to miss it. It's all coming up next on Football's Play to Win.
At Reliable Heating and Air, every day we roll out before the sun rises. We carry a lot in our trucks and use cutting-edge technology and work late so you can sleep easier. We get uncomfortable to restore your comfort and keep you warm all winter long. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
Get any size furnace for just $49.99 a month.
A big bow box says a lot about a person. Like they have a mighty hunger, a powerful thirst, and great taste when it comes to college teams. Game day and beyond, rep your Georgia Bulldogs with an official Team Big Bow Box.
Just outside of a town called Basic is Basic Lake, where families gather together for some basic fun. And if you have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with 5 drive modes, you can climb above Basic and find a trail where no one else goes. The 2021 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Get a low $219 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
There's never been a better time for you to get the truck and the price of your dreams. Oh, and for a limited time, the vehicles may be purchased with 0 down and no payments for 3 months. Your pre-owned truck center is now open. Visit us at beavertoyotacumming.com. We're here to wow you.
Today's college and NFL predictions is being brought to you by This Is It Barbecue.
And welcome back one last time. It's the best part of the show, our college and NFL predictions brought to you by This Is It Barbecue. Jeffrey the Edge Schechter, we've been waiting the whole show. Give us your picks for the week.
I'll do my best. We haven't heard much from Oklahoma State this year. All of a sudden, they're undefeated. Take a 7 for the Cowboys. Tennessee's going to score some points against Bama, and I like Tennessee with 25.5. We'll see if Bama really has a defense in mind. And then Tech plays Virginia. Usually I would take Tech in a game like this. I think Virginia will kill them. Give the 7 with Virginia. In the pros, I got all the respect in the world for Washington and their coach, Ron Rivera. I think Green Bay is going to kill them this week. Give the 9.5. New England has 1 win. It was the Jets. They'll have 2 wins now, both the Jets. Give the 7 with New England. And Philly's a scrappy team. I don't know what's going to be happening with that Las Vegas team. Take the 3 with Philly. And good luck, everybody. Have a great weekend.
It's been a fun 9 weeks with all of you. And of course, we keep it moving. So we will see all of you next Saturday, 9 a.m. on Fox 5. And just really quick, a happy belated birthday to our very own Bob Whitfield. We love you, big guy. We'll see you all next week. Happy game day.
Today's show has been brought to you by This Is It Barbecue, Atlanta Peach Movers, and your Atlanta Nissan dealers.